Brace yourself for haunted horizons and unexplainable paranormal events that will astound you. This mechanic's client gave him his car to fix up, but dies the next day unknown to the mechanic. It seems like the client comes back in ghost form to talk to him. Either that or something really bad is happening here. Watch it to find out.
As a mechanic, dealing with many clients and vehicles, and he usually does a very good job with the requests he takes on. Well, one day he had taken a car from a client as usual, and everything went well. However, the next day this client would lose his life, while his car remained in the hands of the mechanic. The following day the mechanic is greeted by one of his clients, and it turns out that he was speaking to the client who lost his life. But the security cameras seem to show something different. Something downright horrifying.
Oye, este weón se volvió loco. Estoy revisando por la cámara del taller de mi teléfono, estoy en mi casa. Y este maestro está hablando solo. No cacho qué onda. La verdad que no cacho qué onda. No, está hablando solo. Le voy a preguntar por cámara qué está haciendo. A ver, vamos a preguntar. ¿Sabes que consiguen el teléfono con la Connie, porfa? Es que no me da, está hablando solo, mira, Connie. No sé si estoy loco o qué. Mira. ¿Pero con quién habla, weón? ¿Aló? Oye, disculpa, pero ¿con quién estás hablando?
Con don Carlos, que me está pasando el presupuesto y explicándole el tema del accidente que tuvo anoche en la carretera. Entonces me está dando el presupuesto, le estoy explicándole lo que le estoy diciendo.
Oye, cálmate. ¿Qué, don Carlos? Pero, oye, escúchame un poquito. ¿Tú me estás hablando del accidente de anoche?
Claro.
Juan, me estáis hueveando, ¿cierto?
No, pues estoy con don Carlos aquí, pues. Le estoy explicándole todo.
Oye, ¿podéis subir? ¿Sabes qué? Oye, es que no estáis hablando con nadie, viejo.
No puede ser, pues yo tengo el caballero aquí al frente mío, pues.
No estás hablando con nadie, Juan, y ayer los que chocaron murieron todos. Juan, no estás con nadie, sube y ven a ver las cámaras, tengo todo grabado.
As you can see, the workshop owner watches the old mechanic through the security cameras and thinks that he has gone crazy after seeing him talk to himself on the spot for ages. He then decides to ask who he is talking to, and that's when he finds out that he is supposedly talking with Carlos, the client who died the night before in a car accident. But the cameras show nobody there, so he is either talking to a spirit, a demon, or he's just going crazy from fatigue. After he watches the recordings with the workshop owner, shivers ran down his spine, as he indeed saw that he was talking to no one. Yet he clearly saw the client clear as day at the time it happened. Ever since then he has stopped working on his client's car and just focused on all the others. But on another day, while doing his ordinary work, the indoor security camera would have a strange malfunction and capture this. first, the camera blindly starts to move around on its own, and then it loses color and sound after some time. And right when he is near a piece of hanging clothing, it falls off suddenly by itself while he is on the phone, startling him and causing him to quickly leave the place. Some viewers said that this happens because some cars contain negative energy from their bad history, which can cause something to manifest.
When a man rides to the woods, he sees something really funny and quite a wonder. A train driving on the rails with no driver in it, and he puts it on the internet to show viewers. However, someone points out a bizarre thing he wasn't expecting.
Was driving somewhere in Minnesota when he just so happened to stumble upon something very bizarre.
Oh boy. What, well, that ain't good. Don't know who's running that, but, I mean, yeah, okay.
An empty train car is seen fully operating and driving on its own, with nobody on board. Baffled at what he just witnessed, he ends up continuing his drive, but after sharing his footage on social media, somebody couldn't help but point out what he missed. Take a look.
Who's running that, but, I mean, yeah, okay.
Please tell me I'm not the only one who saw that. This thing, right here. What the f*** is that?
A creepy pale figure can be seen on all fours with its head sticking out through the gap at the very back of the train. This left many viewers completely frightened as they wondered just what this thing could possibly be. Let me know your thoughts and theories down below.
Moving to a new house is always a thing of joy, but not for this couple. It only became bad and worse as the days went by, as paranormal activities won't stop happening.
Who moved into a new house a few years ago along with her boyfriend. At first the transition was all good, and they got used to their new home fairly quickly, but then suddenly unexplainable things began to occur, such as hearing noises around the premises, lights turning on and off by themselves, and their alarm going off with no possible explanation as to why. Fortunately, this life of torment quickly ended with no explanation, just like how everything else occurred. However, just recently, these events have resurfaced, when one night Cassandra was awoken at 3 a.m. to something once again unexplainable. Watch. We can see the gate banging by itself, and then a little to the right what looks like a creepy person can be seen just standing by the fence. but vanishes the moment she goes to get a better flashlight. And that's when she suddenly hears banging at her door, and the video ends abruptly. After the footage ends, she says that she called the police, and upon arrival they didn't find anything suspicious on site. A few days later, her doorbell camera caught this. The doorbell camera captures something that looks like a bright glowing orb, along with what sounds like a sudden growl just before the alarm goes off by itself. Did Cassandra really capture some evidence of the paranormal?
This doesn't seem right, no matter how science might try to explain the ability of this bird to talk. This particular one seems like it is possessed.
Here. Come on. I'm right here. Come here. This is as close as I'm gonna get, baby. I think you're gonna bite my toes. I'm not gonna hurt you. Oh my gosh, you're so sweet. I'm a little bit. You're just so strong. You're so strong. What's the matter? I don't want you to bite me. No, I'm not gonna hurt you. Oh. Oh. You're so sweet. No, baby. What's the matter, darling? Nothing. I love you. I just said. I think we just need some time before we do that, okay? See, that's why. What's the matter? I still think you're gonna bite me. No. I'm sorry. Yeah, see? Hey! That's why. See? You scared me. You tried to hurt me. I'm not gonna hurt you. But you tried to. You tried to just now, Barley.
There seems to be no explanation as to why this chair keeps rocking on its own. Do you have an explanation for it?
This just started rocking by itself.
I didn't touch it. Look, it should stop already. Look.
Bro, I'm bugging out.
If I touched it, it would have stopped. Look, it's still going.
That really, you swear to God you didn't
I'm not
rock.
touching it.
Say you swear to God.
I swear to God. I swear to God on my grandparents' grave.
So that was just rocking like OD.
Yeah, rock a little harder if you want. Look, now it's stopping.
Bro.
Now you're gonna stop?
At first I thought it was an automatic rocking chair. Yo.
No.
What?
I didn't touch it.
This thing's following me everywhere, bro.
Have you ever heard about the story of the Island of the Dolls? This is the story of the tragic event that happened and why it is still known to be haunted to this day.
South of Mexico City, between the canals of Xochimilco, lies a tiny island with a tragic story. Don Julian Santana Barrera was the caretaker of the small island. One day, he found a little girl drowned in the waters of the canal. He always lived with regret that he did not save her life. A few days later, he noticed a floating doll, most likely belonging to the young girl. He retrieved the doll and tied it to a tree on the island to show respect to the girl's spirit. He then became haunted by the spirit of the little girl and started hanging more dolls on the island, hoping that it would make the girl's spirit happy. He started to notice the dolls moving and speaking, possibly possessed by the girl's spirit. After the incident of the drowned girl, Julian's family claimed that he was driven by an unseen force and obsessed over collecting the dolls. Today, the island attracts tourists who have also claimed to see the dolls move and make noises. In 2001, Julian was found drowned in the canal just like he claimed to have found the young girl. Would you visit this island? If dolls don't scare you, then maybe the thousands of spiders that inhabit the island will.
Follow for more.
Children make imaginary friends, but it's not always a good thing. Here's a story of an imaginary friend turning horror.
This is why you should not create an imaginary friend. Alice was a bright and sweet girl, but she didn't have many friends. So she made her own friend and named her Zero. As time passed, she started to forget about Zero. One day, a tragic accident took her parents away, and Alice was adopted by her next-door neighbor, Mr. Rogers. But you see, Mr. Rogers started abusing her and made her do everything for him. Outside her home ain't a different story. She was bullied by many people, then one day snapped and got expelled from school after beating his bully. When she locked herself in her room, a voice came out of her mouth, but it wasn't hers. She was shocked after hearing this. We're best friends forever.
Thank you for joining us on this chilling journey into the world of the paranormal. Don't forget to subscribe for more eerie encounters.